Hello, this presentation will be a short introduction into the concept of alignment. Before diving into why alignment is important, let's first outline what a learning objective is. It is important to start here, as effective learning objectives are the starting point for aligning our courses. Simply stated, learning objectives are specific outcome statements that state what a student will be able to do once complete. Typically, learning objectives are one of the first items online course developers grapple with. Learning objectives tie specific course-related tasks to the overall course goals. A course goal is attained at the end of the course, and it references the cumulative learning that occurred within the course. Learning objectives, then, are the individual steps learners need to eventually achieve the course goals. But how do we know when a student has completed each of these learning steps? The answer is through alignment. Simply put, alignment is the process by which the different instructional elements are connected to each other and, in the end, makes the instructional material effective. Alignment is concerned with giving your students a cohesive and visible learning experience. The best time to start thinking about how all aspects of your course will work together is when you are making learning objectives that align with your course goals. If you have measurable learning objectives that are cognitively complex, you will already have an organizational structure for your content and assessments. Therefore, having alignment in mind as you craft learning objectives can help you align all aspects of your course in the most efficient manner. While not necessarily a linear process, the typical design for a course begins at the most general, that is, course goals, and works its way to the most specific, that is, specific assessments. Moving from the general to the specific ensures that at each step of the learning process, students are provided the most relevant means to meet each objective through assessment. Put another way, aligning our courses from the general to the specific ensures that instructional content is relevant to meet all learning objectives, only necessary instructional technology is relied upon to deliver the instructional materials, and every assignment attaches to specific learning objectives so that learner progress can be accurately assessed. Alignment is not in and of itself a difficult task, but it does require us to be intentional in designing our online courses. To make sure your course is properly aligned, we can break the alignment process down into 7 steps. First, identify course goals. Often, these are provided by the department and are important for students to attain as they prepare them for the next step on their learning pathway. Step 2, break course goals into their constituent parts. Course goals are broad, reflective statements about how a student will grow as a result of taking the course. It is important to break goals into all of their constituent parts to make sure students have a structured path to attainment. Transform the parts of each goal into a learning objective. Each step on the path to attaining a course goal, then, can be transformed into a learning objective. And begin the transformation by selecting an action verb that describes what a student will be able to do after attainment, as well as describe how the objective is assessed. Finally, for step 2, make sure each objective has a clear audience, behavior, condition, and degree. Without these, alignment will be difficult to implement. Step 3, chunk your learning objectives. With learning objectives created, you can now order them in logical sequence based on topic and cognitive complexity. For example, you can use individual modules within the LMS to structure learning objectives by topic, then ranked in order of cognitive complexity. Step 4, provide instructional material. With the course structured based on learning objectives, you now know what instructional content you will need for students to attain that objective. This can be readings, videos, lectures, whatever else may be needed. Step 5, assess the learning objective. Returning to the learning objective, we can use our action verbs, mechanism for measurement, and complexity of the learning objective to help determine the best assessment method. And step 6, revise every semester. Alignment matters in part because it helps us as educators evaluate the effectiveness of our objectives, content, and assessments. Alignment is always a process of refinement informed by data from previous course offerings. To facilitate alignment, UM3D provides a course planning sheet to all online course developers when going through the course approval process. In completing the course planning worksheet, course developers are able to provide a course outline that addresses every major step in the alignment process. That is, it creates a logical ordering of learning events, tools, and assessments, making it easy to identify any alignment issues. This slide is an example of the course planning worksheet. Here we can see that it guides users through course alignment by asking them to spatially align goals, objectives, content, and assessments into a logical order and distribution. Finally, alignment is important for three main reasons. First, it allows you to effectively evaluate your course. Most alignment issues relate to assessments. If they are not tailored to the specific audience, behavior, condition, and degree in the learning objective, this misalignment will interfere with your ability to evaluate the effectiveness of your course. Second, and related to evaluation, is student success. Without alignment, instructional content may not be relevant to the learning objectives, making it unclear what students need to know or how they need to demonstrate knowledge acquisition. Additionally, assessments need to be narrowly defined, yet deep enough that students are only asked to demonstrate the relevant knowledge acquisition, but are asked to demonstrate this with enough depth to adequately satisfy the learning objective. And finally, alignment is important because it makes the internal logic of your course visible. That is, strong alignment can be easily communicated to learners, giving them greater control of their learning.